Hello people, another video, or welcome to another video. Today, as the title would suggest, I've done the Bronco a34 Comet and the Tamiya Centaur. I thought I'd do, well, I started the Bronco, or the Comet kit, built that, but then I discovered I didn't have the right paint, so while I waited for the paint to come, I started the Centaur, and just thought I'd decide to do them both at the same time in a video. Very pleased with how they turned out, and I thought I'd do a kind of comparison. I know that they're not the same vehicle, but they're very similar. I think the Comet's got wider tracks, different running gear, obviously different turret and gun, but apart from that, pretty much the same. I'd add that on the Centaur I've added a deep wading kit of photo etch here and here, and on the Comet I've added a resin mantlet cover, and obviously stowage on both of them. So the kits, they're all both very similar in construction. The Tamiya has better detail, I think. The Bronco is a bit soft on detail, but still good. They're both, construction is pretty much the same. Although the Bronco had more flash and that sort of thing. The fit on both of them were brilliant. And the Bronco had workable tracks compared to the Tamiya, which had rubber band tracks. I would have to say that the Bronco tracks were probably the best workable tracks I've ever done. They went together really easily, and they had very good movement, and they stayed together pretty well too. The instructions were better on the Tamiya. The Bronco were a bit vague with some bits. For example, this little piece, I'm not sure what it's for. Maybe it's a sight or a cage for something. It just said to bend it. It didn't say how to bend it, so I just had to look on other pictures in the instructions to see how it might come out. And then so that was that. They were both easy kits, like I say, went together pretty well, fit was good. The only hardest bits were on the Bronco with these photo etch, I think they're exhaust deflectors or shrouds. You do get three choices of doing the exhaust. You either get this double one, you got a single plastic, that's double one in photo etch, you get a single plastic one, or you can just have the grill. I chose a single double one, probably the hardest one you could do, like me. I like a challenge, but it was a bit too much of a challenge I think for me, and I couldn't get them to fit properly. I bent them round, but these side pieces seem to be longer than the actual main bit. I don't know if I've done that wrong. Putting the resin piece on the front was easy. You just had to cut away a bit of the lower turret. And on the Tamiya, I thought the hardest bit was going to be the photo etch deep wading kit, but that wasn't too hard considering it was photo etch. I'm not the best at photo etch, but it was basically just folding and stuff. weren't too difficult. The hardest bit actually was the decals around the turret. It's very uncharacteristic for Tamiya. They didn't seem to want to come off the sheet very easily. I don't know whether they were old or whatever, but a piece of advice if anyone is planning or going to do that, the Centaur kit, for these, each sort of section of armour, for these decals, they're all one piece, and you get holes for the spikes, but not for this like lifting hook. So probably the best thing to do is cut it into pieces and then do them individually on each panel. That would make it easier, because you see when it comes back round, that was the front of the turret was the first bit I did, and I obviously just cut the decal out, stuck it into warm water, and then when I pulled it off to put it on the turret, it just sort of broke apart. It's very weak, and that's why it's got bits missing on the edges. But apart from that, yeah, it's a good kit. I hope people would like them. I used, I think it called out for flat earth for the Centaur, which is more, I don't know if it's showing up on the video, but more of a browny colour. And then I did buy AFV, not AFV Club, Vallejo's bronze colour modulation kit, or set for it, but the it didn't call out for, in the colour call outs, it didn't call out for bronze. Only on one of the marking options. I didn't want to do that one, I wanted to do one of the other ones, so that called out for a UK olive, British olive drab, so that was the colour I had to do. I did colour modulation on both of them. It's come out better on the Comet. For some reason it didn't come out so well on the Centaur. I don't know whether that's the shade, that's because of the shade of the main paint, that it doesn't show up so well, or whether I just didn't add enough of the changing colours, i.e. white, black or yellow, to the main colour, but it still looked good. Yeah, so I added some stowage to give it a bit more realism, or bring it alive a bit more, and some pigment and washes. I used NATO, I washed for NATO vehicles, which I think came out quite nicely. So yeah, what else? I can't think of anything else. Hope you like them. I'll call it, that's about it, I think. Yeah. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye.